Hey gang, welcome back to the Sandwich Generation. I'm Anne Marie, and in case you didn't know, I am a certified senior advisor here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And today I want to talk to you about the first 6 weeks after you move your loved one to senior living, because that first 6 weeks are very different than the rest of the experience you'll have there. So I want to prepare you for it because I'm so pleased that you decided to help them move somewhere, and we want to set them up for success in that. But there's a few things that you need to know just to keep it together and keep it moving for them. So the first thing is, when they get there, they'll either be on a honeymoon phase where they're like, oh my God, I haven't eaten this way in years. This is wonderful. And they did my nails and they helped me with this and they washed my clothes. And there's those people. And then the opposite of that, there are people that go in there and they hate life. They hate you. They refuse to eat because the food is terrible and they hadn't even tried it. We have both sides of that. But either side is still going to go through a little bit of that at the beginning. And then the next phase is going to be, I want out of here. Take me home. This was a mistake. I hate it. Even if they came in and was the mushy squishy and they just loved it, they're still going to have those feelings. So be prepared for it and be prepared to be gentle and to say, this is what we chose to do and this is what we're going to do now. And use words that are indefinite amounts of time. Like, don't say, let's give this 6 months to work it out. Let's say instead, let's give it a little bit of time. See how that's open-ended? That could be 2 weeks. It could be 2 years. And if they have dementia, you can say, let's give it a little bit of time for years, and it won't even matter. But it will help them. It's not, you're not tricking them. You're not doing that. You're helping them with the biggest transition they've had probably in their lives. And that's really important. And that's your job as their caregiver, is to help get them over this hump. So they're going to do all those things. And then you want them to simmer. So what that means is, think about how often you see them now. If you are a person who only sees your parent once a month, this is not the time to turn into the helicopter parent like we all are, right? It's not the time. You need to let them simmer with the staff, with their apartment, with their stuff, and let them as adults have a moment to just kind of work it out, and to have the staff get to know them and they can learn to trust each other and all of that. If you have made a decision to move them to senior living and you're comfortable with that decision, yes, sometimes things happen. Sometimes you move someone into assisted living, they were in their home, everything's cool, all of a sudden they're exit seeking, they're popping out everywhere. That's a whole other scenario. But for the vast majority of you, you're going to want them to get a handle on it together. In the same way that if you sent your kid to summer camp or you sent them off to college dorms, same thing, right? They get in there, they think it's interesting for a while, and then all of a sudden the crash hits. And that's okay. It's expected. And it's gonna take about 6 weeks for them to even begin to settle in. So during that time, you're also probably going to get 1,000 phone calls and their hair's on fire and they need you to bring their favorite snack right now. They don't have their elfin fudge cookies and life is going to end if you don't bring them. You put me in this place and now I can't get my cookies. You're going to get a lot of that. So just know at the beginning, just like dropping a kid off at college or summer camp, they're going to want you to go back and forth a lot at the beginning. And you may have to go back and forth a lot at the beginning because you see that they need some things there that maybe you had forgotten about. So those things are all important too. One of the best things that happens, especially in assisted living, is they're probably going to get checked out and get their meds leveled out. That'll help their mood drastically, especially if they haven't seen a doctor in a long time. Just having them get their meds on time and to get them with regularity every single day, that's going to help so much. But it takes some time for all that to get in their system, for all of it to simmer down. So that's the first 6 weeks. You also think of things like they need time to settle in. And they also need time to know where all their stuff is. Where's the dining room? You know, they usually figure out where's the dining room in the first week or so. If they have dementia, I mean, even some wicked dementia, even they eventually will figure out where the dining room is. But if you're in assisted living, you already have that support there. They're already going to go get them for you. You know, they're not going to let them starve. So you need to just allay your fears a little bit and just know that at the beginning, it's going to be messy. But it's going to fix itself. And you made the right decision. Stick with your guns. Always be gentle and pleasant, because fighting with them never works. And hold on tight. And if you need somebody to talk to or hold your hand, you can call me. So in the meantime, I look forward to seeing you again soon.